Hello everyone, how are we? Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day and welcome back to the Cup Council. Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day as the Reds have just won by 3-2 against Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. Of course, revenge in Madrid. We all know the history between Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, but fortunately Liverpool were able to win today. Of course, welcome to the post-match reaction, because what an eventful game that was. The whole twists and turns and celebrating and just despair straight away of that first half was absolutely sensational. Of course, team news wise, it came out that of course Fabinho was on the bench, pretty much unchanged side apart from Alisson Becker to the Watford game, and pretty much I think all of us were a bit like, okay, that's fine, we can understand that, but let's just hope everything goes to plan. And it did. Liverpool just casually winning by 2-0, within 15 minutes. And, Mo Salah looks to be getting the goal. The first goal anyway, was a nice cut inside and, straight in the bottom left-hand corner. It does look like that it did clip James Milner's boot, but UEFA has changed it. I think during the game it changed from Mo Salah to James Milner, and then just before the end of the game it did change from James Milner to Mo Salah. So at the minute it does stand as Mohamed Salah's goal at the minute, or one of his goals anyway, of course. And of course Naby Keita getting his goal, Naby lad, was really happy for me, of course. Everyone knows me being a Naby Keita fan, even though I love each and every single one of the lads equally, even though Naby's a bit special, to be fair. What a goal it was. It was very similar to his Crystal Palace game, Crystal Palace goal, I should say, Crystal Palace game. You can tell I haven't done YouTube in a while, but it just changed. In a matter of instant, Liverpool looked very much calm, controlled, and looked like we would move, on and look for the third. And, fair play to Atletico Madrid. They came back into the game, and it was quickly 2-1. Antoine Griezmann, I did personally think it was offside. I think it was Thomas Lemar was offside and stopping Alisson from getting the ball. UEFA and, the VAR decided no, it's a goal. So, fair play, it was a goal. And, of course, their second goal as well, Antoine Griezmann getting the equaliser. Very, very good goal. I would say that for sure about that. But of course the big talking point about the game, the big debate will be after the game, is of course the second half and Antoine Griezmann's red cards. Now I've seen it back a few times, and for me it's a red card. It's a high boot. He literally comfort kicks Bobby's head off, then you could say, and I've already seen a couple of people's reaction to it. It shouldn't be a red card. This, it shouldn't be a red card. That, it's a red card. At the end of the day, it's not what football we used to watch. Back in the early 2000s. Growing up and things like that. But the letter of the law is quite plain and simple. It's a red card, and plus when you look back at it, it is a pretty much high boot. I know that Griezmann's not looking at Bobby at all. He's looking at the ball, but there is that one little instant where he does quickly turn and look at Bobby, and there and then he should have quickly put his foot down. He didn't. He kept it up, and of course it did end up being a red card as well. And of course Fabinho was also brought on the second half to try and calm things down, because Liverpool in that first half was shocking. If it wasn't for Alisson Becker, a little bit of a spoilers for man of the match, I thought Alisson Becker kept us in that game, especially the first half and times in the second half as well, first and second half. I thought that he was, again, tremendous, similar to the Manchester City game, where he kept us in there, and he did so again. Exactly what you need from a goalkeeper, one of the best in the world at what they do. And for me, Alisson Becker is up there without a shadow of a doubt, even, obviously a bit biased, the best in the world, you could say. But it is what it is. You need players like that will save you in times that you need saving, then you could say. And for me, Ali Becker was that tonight. But the penalty incident as well that led to Liverpool's third goal. For me, it was a penalty. Player runs into Jota. Of course, Mohamed Salah does make it 3-2. The man now is unbelievable. Best in the world, Mo Salah. We don't need to speak about Mo. Again, we already know at the moment he is the best in the world. I believe it's 9 games in a row now that he has scored. I think he's become the first ever Liverpool player to do that in all competitions, which is absolutely fantastic to see. And of course, Atletico's penalty shout. I think what was about 3-4 minutes stoppage. For what was a pathetic try of a penalty. The referee gave it originally. I thought, it's a bit soft, and then of course watching it on VAR, it was just shocking in my opinion. It was just Atleti's tactics to, a man down, trying to get a pen, when they tried to, of course Atletico, Simeone, what we're gonna get from that. Of course, we already knew from 2 seasons ago of Atletico's dirty tactics, then you could say, and that's what makes them such a good side. Though to be fair, they're well disciplined, very good even when they had the red card. Very, very difficult side to beat, and look, Liverpool managed to do it with that Mohamed Salah penalty. We move on now to 9 points in the group. Liverpool in Champions League, we never ever have a good run in the group, and for some reason the last 2 seasons, even last year with all the injuries, this year, being called the group of death, us, Porto, AC Milan and Atletico, and Liverpool, 3 wins out of 3. We haven't done it comfortably, guys. Let's not get that wrong. Liverpool have not done this comfortably, but either way, Liverpool are top of the group at the moment. And of course, I think now we only need a point or at least a win now against Atletico at Anfield, which I believe is in 2 weeks' time. That will guarantee Liverpool Champions League knockout football anyway. And look, fantastic work from the boys. Again, like I said, man of the match in my opinion goes to Ali Becker. I know Bobby Firmino is a very, very close second. For me, I thought he did fantastically well. I think Jurgen has a real headache on his head. Headache on his head? Yeah, we'll go with that. On who he picks for Manchester United now on the weekend. Will he pick Bobby Firmino? Will he pick Diogo Jota? That's the big question. Of course, he took off Sadio Mane towards the end of the game. I think that's pretty much, Mo and Sadio, that they're pretty much guaranteed it is now. Does he pick both, or does he go with Bobby or Diogo Jota? And yeah, midfield, Fabinho, for me, I think the big talking point coming out of this is we saw the good and the bad side of Naby Keita tonight. I thought the first goal, or I think it was the second goal, we could see how Naby Keita is not so good defensively in a Jurgen Klopp midfield, or especially when you don't have Fabinho there. I think Naby Keita is perfect for Liverpool when you both have Jordan Henderson and Fabinho there, personally, because you at least then have 2 people then to help with the run-outs and that. And we all knew at the start of this season how Naby could be that Gini Wijnaldum replacement, and how it could work out. I think going forward, I think Naby is better than Gini Wijnaldum. Brings the goals, can assist as well. And we knew that Gini could score and assist, but it's that off the ball work and defensive work where someone goes at Gini, he just shoves people off. Naby Keita, he did struggle with that. I think it was Griezmann he struggled with quite a lot when he was coming forward and that, and Naby couldn't deal with it then practically. And of course Jurgen took him off for Fabinho, and it worked. It worked in the second half, and I think that is what Liverpool were missing in that first half in particular. And thank God well, we have Fabinho to just come off the bench, but apart from that, I thought, look, it's a very tough game. Atletico's Atletico, isn't it, guys? Even with the red card, it was a very, very tough game, and it's going to be a very tough game at Anfield. I think if Liverpool, fantastic result to get the 3 points, I think now, going back to Anfield, I think we want to complete the revenge. And as well, it's going to be very hostile, because those fans tonight were very, very hostile towards Liverpool, and I think it's going to be the same back when we go to Anfield. And look, it was a fantastic performance from Atletico. I have to give them credit, but I fucking hate Atletico Madrid, and I think everyone else hates Atletico Madrid anyway. But thankfully that game is done and dusted, and we move on now to Manchester United now on Sunday. I'll hopefully have a preview show for you guys. I did put out a tweet. I'm really, really sorry. There's been no content. I have felt a little bit of demotivation, then you could say, but hopefully I'm trying to get back up to what we was doing anyway, and you know, fingers crossed, you know, we'll be back in the rhythm anyway. As well, if you guys want to see any new series as well, I am looking for series ideas to, you know, come up upon. You know, if you guys, you know, want to leave them in the comment section down below, because I want to start making series on the channel, and you know, talking about, you know, discussions. You know, we could talk about, you know, how can Liverpool solve this problem, and then, you know, so forth, or you know, whatever you guys want on the channel anyway. But you know, guys, thank you so much, very much. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in. Sorry if I have spoken a bit of mumble jumble, but you know, Liverpool are on 9 points. We are, you know, looking good in the Champions League, then you could say, and of course looking good in the league as well, of course. But you know, like I did say, we move on to Manchester United now. But yeah, Liverpool looking very, very good in the UEFA Champions League anyway. But I've been Connor from the COP Council, and I will see you all later on. Ciao.